Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chanel's Reality. On my channel, we speak about celebrity news, housewives, or reality TV, obviously, because the name of my channel is Chanel's Reality. So it's reality TV or reality according to Chanel, and that would be me. Um, we just like to have fun. I'm trying to grow my community. Like I said before, I am a baby content creator, so I'm really learning as I go. I just started because you know what, I was just kind of like, I've been thinking about it for a while, but you can think about it and think about it and think about it. You just got to get started. So here I am with my I'm just trying to grow my community. So if you want to help me grow, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. I would love if you subscribe. I would love if you hit the notification button. So that way you'll be notified whenever I upload a video, or if we're going live, or anything in between. You'll be up to date with Chanel's Reality. So today we're going to recap The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 13. Listen. Shout out to whoever made this Kool-Aid. Y'all might not know about Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid is old school. It costs 10 cents. Well, you know what? They didn't went up on the Kool-Aid. Now it's like 25 cents a bag. I'm like, how dare you? Used to be, you could get 10 of them for $1. Anyway, anybody mama running around the house screaming, talking about, who drank all the Kool-Aid? Hood rich. Okay, sorry. I'm going to try to do this recap in 30 minutes. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to get better at everything. So anyways, like I said, we're going to recap Potomac, season 8, episode 13. So I'm just give you guys a rundown of what's going on in Potomac. Gizelle is trying her best to ice out Candace and Wendy if she can. She's mad at both of them because of things she did. She a few seasons ago, it's like two and a half seasons ago, she brought to the forefront that Dr. Wendy Osefo's husband was in some blog that they said is not credible, but she decided to tell it on, national TV anyway, or at this point, international TV. So Dr. Wendy read her for filth, as she should. You don't talk about my mama, you don't talk about my husband, you don't talk about my kids. These are just areas, just stay away, sis. Just stay away, because you'll get read from head to toe, because that's what happened. So she's still mad about that. She can't let it go. And then last season, she decided to bring to the forefront, or just make up some lies about Chris. What's Chris' last name? Bassett? Chris Bassett, Candace Diller Bassett's husband. She basically said he, at the reunion or after the reunion or at an intermission, something like that, he asked to speak to her, and they went to her hotel room, which is, I guess, wherever they shoot the reunions. And then she came on TV and said, he made me go in the room and I felt uncomfortable. And it's just a whole hot ass mess. And here's the thing. I've always believed victims first. You just have to prove that the victim's wrong. That's just how I roll. I'm a whole social worker and therapist, and that's how I roll. Because I've worked many years in child welfare and with victims of sex crimes and all that kind of stuff. So I believe victims, and you can say whatever you want. It ain't changing over here. Okay? So now, that's what's kind of going on, and what happened in those past two seasons is still going on in this season. So I think the episode starts off with Gizelle and her daughter Grace, and this is the thing. I can't stand Gizelle. I hate everything she stands for, because she's just not unless she's playing a really good game of pretend, she is just not a good, decent human being. Because some of the stuff she's done is just outrageous. And like I said, I just mentioned two of them. There's many more. So the episode starts with her daughter Grace. Gizelle's daughter is Grace. And she has two other daughters. I think Adore. Let's see. Grace, Adore. I forget the other one. I'm sorry. Love you too, sweetheart. But I forgot your name. But I'm bad with names, so and Grace is getting ready for college. Her college graduation, right? I mean, not college graduation. Her high school graduation, and she looks adorable and she's pretty, but I do feel like her daughter's just kind of like she's a sweetheart, you could tell, but I still do think she feels a little bit uncomfortable on camera, because she's like, oh, don't make me cry, I don't want to cry, you're gonna make me cry. And it's so cute. So shout out to Gizelle for raising your kids and she's going out to college, so that's good. So she did something right. Um, but you can tell this bothers Gizelle. So she gets dressed. They go to the graduation. I don't know if it's like they had dinner after. I believe they maybe met at a restaurant or something. And her grandfather was there, which is Giselle's father. Giselle's, uh, I'm sorry, the children's father was there. Pasty, what did they call him? Pasty Holy War, I think. Apparently, he'd been swinging his big D around the congregation, according to Monique Samuels. Just saying. I can't. It's the hypocrisy of it all. So I like these moments. I think these moments are good with Gizelle. Outside of her and her children, I can't with Gizelle, to be completely honest. Then at some point, I don't know if this is exactly next, but I think this is kind of in the next phase of the episode. Wendy and Nnekka meet at, I would say, like a cafe. And here's the thing. I love you, Dr. Wendy, but I'm just going to have to keep it 100% real. Same to you, Nnekka. Okay, girl? Because you just feeling like you real thirsty. Because I don't believe for a second you've never watched The Real Housewives of Potomac. So you know what it is. And let's be clear. For all the people out there talking about, oh, the fan, she's fanning, he's a fan. Shut up. Come to the front. Yeah, I said it. Shut up. At me if you about that life. The reason I say that is because, with the exception of Orange County, every single housewife is a fan of the show. Be clear. Nobody goes and applies for a job on TV and has no idea what they're doing. You don't know if you're qualified for the job. You don't know you can't say, what's the day in the life of? You know what's going on. So please, you said you're smart. You said you're an attorney, right? All of you ladies supposedly are highly educated, except Ashley. Ashley, did you graduate? Did you graduate from high school, sis? I don't know. So they're all fans, is what my point is. But they sit down and they speak in a cafe. So Dr. Wendy, come to the front. Like I said, I like you, and I think you're in the right in a lot of situations. But in this one, I'm just gonna have to call it what it is. And in my opinion, my mom always said it doesn't hurt anybody to speak. Okay. And what the people saying nowadays, I stand on business regarding that. I don't really know what that means because it just sounds good, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I hear the other YouTubers saying it. I'm joking. Like I said, my mom always said, you can speak. Nnekka, come to the front as well, sis, because I'm of two minds regarding this scenario and this scene on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So although I believe it doesn't hurt anybody to speak, even if you don't like them. Plus, it takes a whole lot of energy to sit up and be mad about somebody like, oh, I'm not going to talk to her. I don't want her in my... It's just too much. Life is fleeting, okay? So just move on. Let it go, Elsa. But I am happy that they had to sit down. Now, Andy, come to the front. You and Bravo and Truly Original and all of y'all, come to the front. How is it that y'all can get the two Nigerian-born chocolate ladies to come and have a sit down, but it's an impossibility for y'all to line up Gizelle with all of the people that she's thrown under the bus and made allegations about? They can't have conversations? Is she exempt? Is that in her contract, Bravo? That she can be exempt from having to sit down, but y'all made them do it? Stop it. And this is the thing. Everything Gizelle's done is so egregious. It's egregious that, this Nnekka girl called Wendy's mom a witch or something like that. That's egregious, in my opinion. Especially according to Wendy and them and their culture. Shout out to all the Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all like little queens and kings over there. Y'all be all up in my school, Texas Southern University, baby. Houston, Texas, just saying. Yeah, you and the people from the Middle East. The Pakistanians be in there too. Listen, I got a tag or something. It's bothering my life over here. Now they over at TSU either becoming a pharmacist or an engineer, one of the two. So Wendy, you could have spoke. So you lose points for that because you're a professional. You continuously say on your big ass platform that you are the, I think, only or the youngest Black female professor at John Hopkins University. I'm just need you to act like it is. You can't be so petty. Now, me saying that does have exceptions, okay? So Although I would like for Wendy, for strategic reasons, to speak to Nneka and treat her like a normal human being, because all they're gonna do is use this against you. I keep telling you about y'all Miranda rights. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Anyway, um, this is gonna be used against you at the reunion if y'all haven't already filmed it. It's gonna be used against you because every time you snub her, it's just another nail in your coffin or reality TV coffin of Wendy's petty. And it's okay to be petty. You know, we kind of like pettiness on this show. But at this point, you also have a PhD in petty. Just saying, sis. You do. That being said, the other side of that, Nnekka, listen, come to the front. The other side of that is you can't talk to me about anything dealing with my mom, my family, my children, my husband. Nah, sis. I'm Xing that out on sight. I'm deading it on sight. We don't play them type of games over here. Okay? Her, I don't play them type of games. Matter of fact, let me put my shades on because look, I ain't got time. Let me put my shades on. Okay? We don't have time for that. We don't. Sure don't. So my feeling is that Nnekka should have come out the gate and apologized. That's how I feel about that. She did apologize, and that's what I'm saying, Wendy. I respect the fact that even though I don't really like the Nnekka girl that much, and I feel like she should have approached you in a very different way. She could be the most insincere person on planet Earth, but she's at least on film pretending, if she's pretending, to try with you. And when you don't try back, it makes it look like you're just petty, more petty than her. Because I think the producers nowadays, because none of this stuff is, these people aren't genuinely friends a lot of times, it rings false to the audience, right? So I think the newcomers, they always try to strike a balance in between standing their ground, so to speak, and not being a pick-me, but also not being unlikable. So they try to, get somewhere in the middle. Or they will come for the queen of the show, whoever that might be on whatever, what is it called? Whichever franchise they happen to be joining. So I feel like it's a thing that's going on now where people they're like, you know what? I'm going to come in hot. Because if I come in as a villain, then, maybe I'll get a second season. If I come in and every episode that's recapped or talked about, my name is mentioned, then I did my job. And so on one hand, I do believe that there were some things done and that there was a phone call or phone calls made to Nnekka or her family or whoever. I do believe that. I don't necessarily believe everything Nnekka says. I believe Nnekka believes that, everything that was told to her. Because Nnekka just doesn't come across as a liar to me. It's just my opinion. She doesn't come across as a liar. The reason I believe Nnekka is because I believe Nnekka believes or trusts whoever told her the information. And therefore, it rings true to Nnekka. Right? So if my bestie or someone I'm, more close to gives me some information, it's going to hold a little more weight than, this person over here who doesn't even like me, right? So I just wish Wendy would get a clue. I love you, Wendy girl, but I need you to wake up, sis, okay? Put your crown back on, readjust your crown, your Nigerian crown, and get it together because I want you on this show. But I mean, this type of behavior is making it difficult because regardless of whatever and however Nnekka showed up, the green-eyed bandits, the real producers of the show, want her there so that she can make you look crazy. And I just want y'all to band together so y'all can make them look crazy. Well, it doesn't even take much. Be clear. Just saying. So Wendy gets up and leaves. She basically is saying that Nnekka doesn't want peace. And I don't know that I agree with that. I'll say this. On the surface, Nnekka understands the assignment. So I can't say one way or another because you can never really know what someone else is thinking. Not for sure. So in my opinion, on the surface, she understands the assignment. You somehow have lost your homework assignment. And I want you to go find it, sis. Go find Dr. Wendy, go find your homework assignment, sis, because I'm telling you, right now you're getting an F. You're failing miserably. And I like you. I do. You seem to be very cerebral, but I need you to pay attention and wake up and understand what is happening to you. If you want to be on this show, I need you to wake up. You don't have to love Nnekka, but you need her as an ally on this show because Gizelle is not playing and they're never going to fire her. You see what she did and talked about your husband, Candace's husband, and she's still there. And she still isn't made to even say sorry. It's bananas. So I need y'all to get y'all life together. Let's see. But Wendy did say she accepts her apology. Um, I will say this. Now, again, I won't know until a few seasons. I feel like if Nnekka truly is a person that has some moral fiber, because I don't know that I believe her yet. I just do believe she believes whoever told her. But at the end of their meeting, she did seem very emotional. And she seemed like she was crying to the producers. Now, we all know those producers are making sure that they include every single thing that's going to imply, infer, suggest that Candace is terrible. She's mean spirited. She's gutter low. All the times that she goes off on people, they're gonna do that every single episode. That's basically what they've done, and they're doing it to Wendy too. So in this episode, what do they show? Nnekka crying. It's all a game. I'm not saying Nnekka's playing the game, but the producers certainly are. Be very clear. They're playing a very good game. And we see y'all. We see y'all. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Ashley. She gets emotional. She talks about how her mom and she were, I guess, evicted twice that she could remember when she was a little girl and how emotional that was for her. Ashley, I can't stand you. You, Gizelle, y'all are both two king cobras. Snakes. Both of y'all. But somehow Ashley is the slipperiest person in Hollywood. I cannot understand how she literally starts everything and somehow by the next episode or two episodes later or the next season, all is forgiven. All is well. It's like she has these people under a spell. I don't get it. Sidebar. Where is Charisse? Y'all didn't invite Charisse on vacation? Y'all shady. Did she put all of y'all on? Okay, anyway, sidebar. Hey Charisse, you can come on Chanel's reality and talk about it, girl. Um, so like I said, to me, Ashley is a king cobra, and I don't trust anything she does, says. Listen, I would have to be there and see it in person to believe it, and even then, I'm like, are we sure? Because that girl is so slippery. Um, and if she's talking, Ashley's lying about something. Okay, let's be clear. Um, but I will say this, Ashley, I do like that you shared that. I mean, we all kind of knew that your mom had some difficulties financially, and she seems to be kind of like she working and everything. She said she couldn't come to your housewarming, I think, because she was working. Okay, sis is getting jobs around here, and I ain't mad at her. Um, so I like that part of you, Ashley. I don't like that. It's a you know trauma filled story, but it humanizes you. So do more of that. Ashley talks about I think she meets up with Mia and yeah, she actually went to Mia's apartment or whatever that is, the condo in the sky that they have, I think. And they were discussing, Ashley's relationship and if she's going to get a divorce. And Ashley basically says that, yeah, I'll probably get a divorce by the end of the year, but I'm feeling really. She basically is saying, she needs Michael for money. I mean, that's what I got from it. Is that she doesn't know she could afford her $13,000 a month. I think she said mortgage. Which, let's be clear, I don't understand how, everybody was like, you can't afford that. And I'm not saying the bank is saying she said she couldn't get approved for that amount, whatever that amount was, 2 million, 3 million, whatever it was. She couldn't get approved for it. But she says that she collects check and she's going to continue collecting her check. That's what she told Candace a few episodes at the reunion. I think not this last one, but the one before that, or maybe it was this last one. I don't remember. But I don't understand. They're not paying you $500,000 a season, Ashley, to throw everybody under the bus and have no spine. They're not. All right, girl. Because I don't understand. At this point, you've been on TV for what, 8 seasons? You should have $1 million or two. I feel like, unless what are you doing? Because you don't shop. Wherever you shopping is a horrible hot mess. It's giving Five Below. You never really have your hair done. Um, it just It's you have struggle hair, and listen, I have on a struggle wig, so I understand that, Simon. It's no shade. It's just I'm just calling it what it is. Okay, that's all I'm doing. This is just Chanel's reality. Okay, that's all it is, sis. Okay, so I'm like, where are you spending your money? You're not rolling around in a Bentley or a G wagon. Shout out to Gizelle, got her new G wagon. Go ahead, then, Gizelle. That's my car. I want. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day, if y'all decide that y'all want to like my video, you know what I mean, so I can monetize this. But anyways, maybe I can get a G wagon. Listen, I don't believe, like I said, if Ashley's talking, she's lying about something. So I don't believe Ashley's getting a divorce. And if she does, it'll be because her husband, who's so problematic, wants a divorce. I don't think Ashley's ever gonna sign off on getting a divorce. I just don't believe her. Why? Because she lied about everything. That's why. But she swears she's gonna divorce him by the end of the year. There's a scene with Candace and Chris at home because I like Candace. I'm gonna go ahead and take off my shady shades. Hey y'all. Which glasses should I put on? Do I like these? Hold on, let's see. Look, I'm old now. I gotta wear glasses sometimes. Oh, it's so light. It's weird. It's like I got the thing is brighter. But anyways, so Candace and Chris are at home and they're griping about uh distance. They don't see each other as much as they want to. Candace is out here, what I'm saying, catching checks and, trying to become a new, 35-year-old pop star. Okay? She's trying to get her whole life together. And I ain't mad at her. Candace, girl, listen, I listen to Deep Space. Somehow in my car, I don't know how this has happened, but in my car, my phone connects to the car, right? And every time I get in my car, it automatically goes to Deep Space. I don't know what's happening. I didn't do that. Like, listen, and I like you, Candace, but I'm not that girl. I don't do that. But I did buy your what is it on Amazon? How do you buy it? Apple Pay? No, hold on, wait, let's see. Is it on Apple Music? I think that's what I bought it on. But anyway, when it connects, it always connects to Deep Space. And it's that Drawback song, I think. Anyways, I just be like, I'm just trying, listen, I'm trying to live my best life. But apparently I need to listen to Candy's Deep Space every time I get in my car. And I haven't figured out how to undo it, so, whatever. But congratulations to you. I'm really proud of you, Candace. Come to the front. I would love for you to come on Chanel's Reality for 15, 20 minutes and have a little chit chat. I would love to. Because in my mind, since you're a Sag and I'm a Leo, we get along really, really well. I just feel like in real life we would be friends. Just my opinion. This particular scene wasn't very interesting to me for the show. I know that it's a real situation because they're struggling with Candace's she's globe trotting around the world trying to become Beyonce part 2, sis. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at her. She's beautiful. She's educated. She comes from a good family. I mean, Mama Dot, come to the front. Or D. Is it Dot or D? I don't know. Love all of that. Love her. But they have a ways to go in terms of communication. I want Candace to really make it. But Candace, I just need you to stop going gutter low, okay? And I know that these people come for you and you retaliate. I get that. But at some point in life, you have to understand that you have to pull back. You don't always have to let the idiots know that you're coming for them. And I'm not saying let anyone bully you, but I'm saying you don't have to win every argument. You don't. I think it says somewhere in the Bible, it's foolish to argue with a fool. You know what I mean? Just rise above it, girl, because this is the thing. These people want to see you fail. If I'm being honest, they want to see you fail. Look at what they're doing to you. Be clear, you and Wendy have the most going on. Honestly, y'all do. Y'all are the most accomplished, I would say, in my opinion. Karen is doing well for herself as well. Shout out to the Grind Down. We'll get to her in a second. But I feel like you guys, in my opinion, are on some level the blueprint. Y'all are out here trying to make moves using your platform positively, and I think for in a good, you're headed somewhere, and I like it. I support it. But Wendy, girl, I need you to get a clue about what you want to do. And here's the clue. Here's my tip, okay, Wendy? Do something you love. If you're trying to build a business, build it doing something you love. Promise you, it will come to you easily. You won't have to worry about if people like her, this, that, and the third. If you're passionate about it and you're good at it, You're never going to feel like you're wasting your time or that it's difficult. And yes, I'm qualified to say that because I'm a business owner. And I've read all kinds of business books too. Anywho, and I have 3 college degrees. Okay? Come see about me, Dr. Wendy. To a more advanced, yes. So don't do that. Don't do that, sis, because over here, she's educated. Okay? Okay. Now I love you, Dr. Wendy. Um, let's see. What else did I want to say? About Candace. Oh, and then Candace and her husband Chris, they talk about Candace. I think she has this fear about she has some sort of, I guess she had a mammogram or some sort of breast test, and she got a letter from her doctor stating that um there was like a lump or a nodule or something like that, and it's, it's scary to her. And Chris, come to the front. Just be supportive, sir. Be supportive. Listen, I can understand the fear. I'll share this small little story about me. When I was little, I was probably, I think I was 10, maybe 11. Yeah, I think I was 11. No, I was 10. Well, okay, so long story short, I had this gigantic, probably like walnut size lump in my left breast, or was it my right breast? I can't remember. Let's see. Okay, right breast. And this was in 1990. So it was kind of, I would say, in my opinion, it was kind of unheard of to have a 10-year-old uh, with a lump that big in my breast. And then also to my auntie, shout out to Aunt Linda, love you, girl. Um, I remember years before that, I had to have been like, I feel like maybe 7 or 8 years old, at my mom's apartment, I believe, at the time. Anyway, or we were somewhere, we was in someone's apartment, and my aunt came in, and I just remember overhearing that, she had breast cancer and she was gonna have to have both of her boobs removed. And it's a sad thing, but I was so young, I didn't know what it was. And also too, I was scared. So I probably, if I remember correctly, discovered this lump or whatever probably 3 years prior, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I just never said anything because I was scared. I was just like, what is happening? Same thing with my period. I thought I was dying. I was like, what is okay, TMI. But whatever, it is what it is. It's real. Um, so for me, I didn't know anything. I'm a kid, I don't know. But at 11 I did have it removed. And what I've learned is I have some sort of, it's a disease. I don't know exactly what it's called, but basically my body will create lumps for whatever reason. They're all benign. It's nothing. It's just some sort of disease. I think it's some sort of just genetic autoimmune disease. I don't know. But sometimes they are, it's like pockets of like fluid. I'm guessing, and I'm not a doctor, so be very clear, but I'm guessing whatever's going on with Candace, based on what she said to Chris, it seems like there's some sort of nodule or that's some sort of pocket that's full of fluid. The fluid doesn't necessarily doesn't have to have carcinogens in it or anything like that. It's just could be painful sometimes, or not painful at all, but it could keep growing. And basically, what I was told is you could just drain it. You don't have to, like, because it's going to refill, is what I was told. Like, again, like I'm saying, this is what happened to me. It's part of my life journey, but I don't know. I can't speak for Candace. But based on what she told Chris, that's what I was thinking. She probably has some sort of fluid filled pocket. That being said, I do understand her concerns because, like I said, my aunt had both of hers removed. I have another aunt right now, Aunt Lynn. Shout out to you, love you. One of my favorite aunts. She was diagnosed last year with breast cancer, and I messaged her today. It's just sad. This is why I come on here and I laugh and joke and have a good time. But I messaged her today like, "How are you doing? How are you feeling?" And she was just like, "Yeah, I get I think she's getting radiation, and she's just like, it wears me out. It tires her out. And so I just feel so bad. And so that's why we should be grateful, because there's always somebody with a worse situation. It's also why Gizelle needs to stop being petty, because you just don't know when your life is going to be over or when it's going to take a big ass change and go in a different direction. So just live in the light. That's all I'm saying. But But to Chris, just be supportive. Like whatever your wife is saying, whatever regarding her health, just be supportive. Just be there. She doesn't need you to tell her. She don't need to worry about it. Don't do all of that. Just say, I'm here, whatever you need. I promise you that goes a long ways. But I do understand Candace's concern. And it may feel like or come across as an overreaction, but because I have that cancer in my history. I don't know, can we say that word? I hope I don't get struck or whatever. Because I have it in my history, it's a concern. It's always going to be there if you have the BRCA gene and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, moving along. So listen, when they get to they're going to the DR, they're going to the Dominican Republic, and I thought this was so hilarious. So the ladies arrive, and then I'm gonna jump back to whatever I was gonna say. But the ladies arrive in the Dominican Republic, and we all know there was this big scandal that Robin kept to herself. Didn't well, I'm saying it like this. She didn't put it on the show, and if I was Robin, I wouldn't put it on the show either. But I certainly wouldn't have allowed my bestie to make up allegations about my other alleged bestie, Candace. I wouldn't have stood for that. That right there, that's savage. But anyway, I digress. But so so they arrive in the Dominican Republic, and um, Candace says in her confessional, she was just like, well, since Robin said that, Juan's such a good Samaritan, or Juan said that he's a good Samaritan, that he goes around paying for hotel rooms for people who are not from this country. We're not in the country. We're in a different country. Well, what'd you say? Well, I wonder if Juan gave Robin the money to pay for this trip. So shady. It is shady. And I am here for it every single second. You walked into that one though, Robin. I mean, you let that man just continuously make a fool out of you. And I actually like Robin. I do. I like her. I don't like how you've treated Wendy, and I don't like how you allow your husband to treat you. But I do. I like Robin. I don't dislike her. So that was funny. Uh, so Robin, Mia, and Nnekka meet up. This is prior to them going to the DR. Um, and they go, I guess, to like do some pre-vacation shopping. Again, nobody ever looks. Anyways, I like Nnekka's first dress. Her first outfit when she came on the show, it was everything. That black suit dress, I loved it. It was the chef's kiss. It was everything. I love that dress. But I haven't really seen anything since then, sis. So, and Nnekka, shout out to you. I listen. I believe you're pregnant. I believe you're pregnant during this season. I do because I have my reasons, but I know some of those confessional looks. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. You just look pregnant to me. So you heard it here on Chanel's Reality. If she pops up at the reunion pregnant, I'm just saying. Let's see. Oh, so Nnekka basically wants to fill the girls in because that's what she does. That's what they do on reality TV. You got to go talk about it behind their back so then somebody can be mad about you talking about it behind their back. Why didn't you pull them to the side? The drama, the petty drama. And basically she said, she met up with Wendy and Wendy wasn't really receptive. She did apologize, but Wendy isn't having it. And I do think it's kind of a between a rock and a hard place because although I do think Wendy isn't playing the game right, she's not to me. She's not playing the game of reality TV with her best interest, whatever she wants the outcome to be. She's not playing that game. Wendy's playing the I'm emotional and I'm pissed about what you said about my mom and my family and all of the ramifications of what this says about our Nigerian culture and people are going to shun me and all that. I get it. I get it. Nobody can tell Wendy, you need to move on. It's her trauma. You talking about my mom, I ain't moving on either, so I'm ready. Okay? He ain't done with me, sis. Okay? Listen, I had to learn forgiveness. And it's hard sometimes to forgive someone when you continuously justify why you shouldn't forgive them or why you could be mad. I get it. It's difficult because some people are so savage that you're just like, nah, ain't no coming back from that. And I understand it. But this is the thing. In real life, Wendy, do whatever you want, sis. But on this fake TV, to keep collecting this check, I need you to play the reality TV game, which is I'm going to move on. Okay? You don't have to really move on. But play the real game. Don't play this. This isn't your... Oh, okay, so on some level, this does have real life ramifications, so I do get that. But still, if you want to continue to collect this check on this platform, just play the game. Play the game. Be it everything Nnekka invites you to, crash Gizelle's whatever she has going on, come as Karen's, plus one or whatever. Be it everything. If you can get over Mia hit you with a, did she throw like an alcoholic beverage at you and try to hit you with her purse? If y'all can move on, you and Nnekka should be able to move on. Okay. Anywho, this scene is annoying to me because of course Robin is like, oh, Wendy just doesn't wanna. She just doesn't wanna get over it. She doesn't want to move forward with you. Robin, girl, come to the front. Robin, please understand. I want you to help me clear this up. Come on, Chanel's reality, and clear this up, right? How is it that you're so certain about certain things in everyone else's life, but for whatever reason, you skip over those things when it applies to your real life, right? So, for example, you sat on that couch after you knew your husband paid for some hotel bill for some Canadian woman, right? You knew that, and you said y'all got past it or whatever else. So you sat there and said, oh, can we just say no married man should be in a room with a lady he's not? You did that whole song and dance, right? I want to know how it is that you could fix your mouth to say that, Wendy just doesn't want to move forward. How do you know? How? You are definitely not Inspector Gadget, according to your own words. Your husband has told you he erased every number in his phone. What? What did Wendy say? You can't be that naive. So if you can see straight through everything Wendy does, you've known her for what, 4 years now? How is it that you can't see straight through what Juan does? And y'all been knowing each other since high school. You don't know him better? Let's talk about it. You don't know him better? You haven't had him figured out. America has him figured out, and you live with him, and you still don't have it figured out. So please miss me with this idea that you just know that Wendy doesn't want to do this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third. If you don't know that Juan is sticking and moving out here in these streets, according to the Baltimore News, allegedly, then you can't possibly know what's going on in someone else's life. Be clear. You got to fix your whole situation over there before you have any type of credibility over here. I want you to just have several seats and shut the hell up, okay? Sidebar, why is it that Karen can just straight cuss you out religiously? Every season, Karen gives you the entire business, and somehow it's all good. This is the type of things that make people think that there's colorist behavior. Because you told Candace, it's unforgivable that she said you were a fraud. But it's not unforgivable for the grand dame, Karen, to sit at a table and say, you're the dizziest bitch sitting there, and cuss you out religiously and tell you about your husband and ask you about your husband and drag you about your husband. But Candace says that you're a fraud and it's the end of the world. Child. Anyway, what else do I want to say? Yeah, you know what else? I was thinking to myself, I was like, it's interesting that Robin knows all this stuff about Wendy and what Wendy should be doing, how Wendy should be acting, and the same thing with Candace. And that Wendy, this is what Wendy told Nnekka. Wendy just does not want to move forward with you. That's Wendy's problem. She doesn't want to move forward with you, Nnekka. That's what Robin said. Robin, come back to the front. Juan doesn't want to move forward with you. Juan said that season 1, I believe. He said, if it wasn't for the kids, I wouldn't be here. So I'm trying to understand how is it that you're 100% confident that Wendy just doesn't want to move forward. But you can't figure out that your husband, who said on tape, on your show, on TV, doesn't want to move forward with you after he told you, I don't want to move forward with you. You still confused? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, sis. It doesn't. If it don't make sense, it's a lie somewhere. Be clear. Let's see. So the ladies get to the DR. The rooms are assigned. it's kind of a boring thing because I just don't understand how these grown people can't. Anyways, why they have to run and chase for? It's just so stupid. But in this episode, they didn't do that, so I at least give them that much. Um, mm, yeah, because Candace says when Candace says it's anything to you, it can't be overlooked. It's unforgivable. But the Grand Dame can cuss you out from head to toe. You and Gizelle and Ashley, and somehow it's all good. It's like, does the Grand Dame have something on y'all that we don't know about? She did say that Giselle had a hot box and went to Sing Sing. I don't know what that is, but anyways. Let's see. Oh, so then at the end of the episode, I'll just skip to the end because I just want to talk about this before I get off here. So they're crowning Nnekka, the new Queen of Potomac, simply because Gizelle is Gizelle Petty Bryant. That's who she is, okay? Gizelle Petty, gaslight everybody, Bryant. That's who she is. So she wants to do this petty thing where, because Nnekka told her that Karen said something about um, Nnekka lives in North Potomac and not Potomac. It's stupid. It's classes and it's Karen. Come to the front. Stop being a classist, sis. You can't say anything about this lady Nnekka living in Potomac and her zip code or whatever the case may be, if it's north, south, east, or west. Gizelle's right. And you know it hurts my heart to say that. But she's right. Why do you care? You don't even own a home in Potomac. And it's just such a classist thing to say. Stop it. Girl. Let me calm down. I can't with ignorance because that's just so stupid and ignorant to me. It is what it is. At me if you about that life, Karen. No, Grandon, you can come on here, girl. We'll have a little chit chat. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. So anyway, so it kind of when Gizelle did that pettiness, it brought me back to what was that, season 2, when Monique showed up and they all were having some little I wouldn't call it a brunch, but I really liked like the macaroons and all that kind of stuff. I love doing stuff like high tea. That's what they were having. I love that. Did that in Florida. It was really, really cool. At this hotel called the Floridian. Listen, it's everything. That was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. And the Floridian then was like $600 a night. With inflation, it's probably easily $1,500 a night now. Listen. Anyways, so yeah, so they're at the Dillard or whatever it was. Like I said, this is like season 2 Potomac. And Gizelle comes in, and at this point, Gizelle and Charisse have fallen out because Gizelle said something about Charisse having basically cheating on her husband with a fireman or something like that. So everybody comes to meet, and Robin invited Monique to basically introduce her to everybody. And then when Gizelle comes, because she petty as okay, uh, she has to haze everybody. And listen, Monique understood the assignment. She was like, "Not today, bitch." So Monique is sitting there, and then here comes Gizelle, and she's asking her something, just being petty. And so then um, Monique, because Gizelle asked her something about where she lives or something like that, and Monique was like, "We're actually looking, at buying a house in Potomac." And then Gizelle, petty Brian, is like, "You don't have a home?" She never liked Monique from day one, because Monique, I do feel like, embodied everything at the time, at least, Gizelle wants. She was married. She had a good marriage. At least that's what it looked like on the show. She didn't have to work. She could spend money however she wanted to. And her husband wasn't cheating on her, at least that we saw. But Pastor Holy Whore was. That's what Monique said. So that's all I'm gonna say. And it's just kind of like, Gizelle, when you gonna be done, girl? So Charisse was like, in her confessional, she was like, they invite first ladies to the Dillard or whatever it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it in the chat, whatever the name of that place was. She's like, yeah, they invite first ladies to this type of establishment. Gizelle is a Monica. I was like, yeah, Charisse. And I never really liked Charisse. I like her more now, but I didn't really like her from the beginning. She just seemed like obnoxious and elitist and all other things that are annoying to me. Don't get me wrong. I love watching rich people spend rich people money. I do. I enjoy it, living vicariously through them. But I don't like people who think they're better because they have money. I'm like, girl, why? So let's see. What else? I think that's pretty much the episode. I feel like I'm missing somebody I didn't really talk about. No, I think that's everybody. Um, that's it. So that's my recap for the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 8, episode 13. So, guys, if you could just get down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Nnekka apologizing and Wendy not really being really receptive to it? Would you be receptive if, she calls your mama a witch? I don't know. Do you think Wendy's playing a smart game of trying to ice her? I don't agree with Wendy's game, but do you think she's playing a good game, or what do you think about her? Who likes Wendy? Put that in the comments. Dr. Wendy Osefo to you, sweetie. Okay. What do you think about Ashley and her fakery? Talk about she's getting divorced. Girl, bye. You ain't getting divorced. Stop. Can you relate to Candace and her situation with her health regarding her boobs? Do you think Gizelle is being Gizelle Petty Bryant? What do you think about Robin, inviting everybody on the trip? I really like that. I was like, good for you, Robin. But I honestly do think Robin would move forward if Gizelle wasn't there. I used to say for so many years, I'm like, why do y'all keep swearing Robin just is a puppet and blah, blah, blah for Gizelle? And I just never saw it. But it is evident. If you go back and you just watch season, it's just like she had Chris's back until Gizelle talked to her. She made up with Wendy in the club that night until Gizelle talked to her. It's silly. Gizelle told her, don't talk to Candace now. Listen, stop being a drone. Get your own personality, girl. It's just like, y'all too old. You know what I'm saying? But listen, but Karen was petty. She was, it bothered Karen that Gizelle was saying that Nnekka is the grand dame of Potomac. It bothered her. But I'm like, girl, just go live your own unbothered life. What she say, she 320s or triple 20 or something like that. She's 60. You look great, Karen, for 60. Now, Gizelle did come for you because she said she know what you look like without your wig on. Child. She might be right. I know what I look like with my wig off. I ain't telling y'all. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. And like I said, if you're not a member or if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos. I'm trying to grow my community here. Share my videos and hit the notification button so you'll be aware, you'll be notified the next time I go live. If I'm going to upload a video. By the way, last thing, I do want to do a panel on colorism. And anyone who wants to come is welcome to come. We're just going to have a very honest conversation about it. And it's people's opinions, and we're not going to get in our feelings about it. But it is a very sensitive topic. So let me know in the comments if you want to participate. I have a lot of people already kind of saying they want to. But we'll just see what happens. And I'll let you guys know. I'll send out like some sort of notification to let you guys know if you're going to be able to be on the panel and when it's going to happen. But until next time, bye.